And welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I'm streaming to you live from the center of Europe here in Budapest, the capital city of Hungary. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Saturday. In this class, we are focusing on the speaking section, especially speaking part 3, which are some of the more challenging, specific questions and follow-up questions related to part 2, the cue card. Hi, Hikmatillo. Hi, Awaz. Good to see many of our students in class already. Again, students, this lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com for the academic version of the IELTS exam. Check us out there. And for the general version, check us out at gielts.com. On both of these websites, we have loads of materials to help you prepare, including 6 original practice exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, and a fully interactive course for your phone, tablet, and PC. This is the academic website at aehelp.com. Click that big red button to join the premium package. Get your My Student account. This is the general version of our website. It's the green background at gieltshelp.com. Click that red button to join us there. All right, everyone. If you haven't yet, download our apps, Academic IELTS Help app or General IELTS Help app. Look for our shields and get them from your Google Play and Apple app stores. For the General IELTS app, if you can't find it, use this URL here. Hi, Priyanka. Hi, Just Karan. Good to see many of our members joining in on the class. Fantastic. Loads of people in. That's great. If you have questions about the IELTS exam or about our products, don't be shy. Send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com, and we will do our best to promptly answer your questions. Hi, Barendra. Good to see you in class. All right, students, this is speaking part 3 in this class to wrap up this week of live IELTS lessons, and I will be back on Wednesday of next week, which will be the 18th, regular schedule at 15 o'clock Central European time. Let's get into today's part 3. This is a speaking class, students, so please make sure to speak, okay? Speak and repeat. Nice and loud. Questions and answers. Hopefully some of you were in the last class, so you know what part 2 was about. It was about talking about a creative person. And when you finish your part 2 response and the examiner says, okay, your 2 minutes is up, I have to stop you there. I'm going to take back the card with the questions, the note paper, the pencil, and now we will continue with part 3. For part 3, I will ask you more questions related to the topic of part 2. Let's talk about creativity. Okay, as soon as you hear this word creativity, you're already familiar with the concept because you were speaking about it in part 2, and you remember that you have to make some connections. So here we go, students. Let's just get right into it, and then I will give you advice as we progress. Okay, here we go. First question, what are some different ways that people express their creativity? So that's the first question. Give me some nice answers for this. Again, remember to explain and give examples. Okay? So, what are some different ways that people express their creativity? Of course, think about using correlative conjunctions. Use the question in your answer as well. Give complete answers, but don't go off topic. All right? Kashish says music, as we explained in our part 2. So make that connection. Okay. Music, what else? Okay, I'll give a nice full sentence answer while some of you are thinking. Okay. There we go. That's a full sentence answer. Olusegun Olatingo says, usually in the area of music, people often express their creativity. All right. Now, careful here, students. The question is saying, what are some different ways that people express their creativity? This is a plural. So your answer has to include at least 2 to 3 different ways to express creativity. Alex Joseph says individuals are often good in expressing their creativity, for example, in new kinds of music or designing new types of vehicles. Barendra says many people have different ways to express their creativity, like drawing, music, and dance. Good, Awaz. Give me an example, a smooth flowing example. All right. Sorry, Barendra. Give me a smooth flowing example. Awaz says, well, in my opinion, individuals show their creativity in teamwork because people who can discuss tough problems and get the team out of complicated situations and motivate them are creative. Awaz, that's just one way to express creativity. You need at least 2. Students, be really careful with plurals. If it's asking you for more than one, give at least a couple. If it only asks you for one, then only say one and go into detail. Be really careful with these plurals, okay? Nidhe says, can I say creativity in electrical engineering projects? Absolutely, Nidhe. Engineering demands a lot of creativity, okay? Absolutely. So my friend designed a device which can generate electricity just by the flow of salty water, saline water. Yeah. Roshni says individuals can show their creativity through actions or performance, like I had mentioned before, my friend who plays the guitar. And give me more, Roshni. That's only one. Okay. Hikmatillo says, well, there are several types of creativity that many people show to express their abilities, like drawing and dance, but the most creative is music because the individuals are keen singing at any time. Hikmatillo, the second half of that is a bit confusing. Careful. Okay, so here we go, students. Repeat after me. As I had just mentioned, music is one way to express creativity. Aside from that, there are also many other art forms like painting, dancing, or pottery. As well, people can show their creativity through their work, like architecture and teaching. My friend Alice is an exceptionally creative math teacher, for instance. All right, that's your high band answer. Answer, explanation, example. Alina Adhikari, that was a good idea as well. Alina said, people show their creativity through writing, books, or poetry. Absolutely. Okay, public speaking. Lots of ways to show creativity. So for this question, it's really important to pay attention to the plurals. And here you have that in several cases. So what are some different ways that people, okay? So remember this note. That's a very common mistake in the speaking that students make, is they will give one answer when it's asking you for a few different answers. And for some questions, it only asks for one answer, and students like to talk about 2 or 3 different answers. That's not good, okay? So this is a tip for high band scores, okay? Which is pay attention to the singular or plural of the question, okay? So pay careful attention whether the question is asking you for one answer or multiple answers, okay? Plurals versus singulars. And just to emphasize, if the question is plural, like what are some, then give at least 2 to 3 options. If the question is singular, what is, then only give one answer with details, okay? It's a very common mistake. Okay, and now part 3, when you give your answer, you should expect a follow-up question. So here, which of these is most valued by society? Okay, so if you only gave one answer, you're going to be in a little bit of a difficult situation here, because the question will come across awkwardly. All right, so that's why you need at least 2. Otherwise, when the examiner asks you this, you're kind of going to be like, ooh, I only gave one answer, so what am I doing here? All right, so here I talked about art forms: painting, dancing, music, pottery, and then creativity and teaching and architecture. Which of these is most valued by society? So give me a nice full sentence answer for that one. Ferdov says, I suggest that music, art, pottery are most important for society, as it is easy for individuals to be creative and express themselves through these types of art forms. For Dobbs, this one is one answer. Which of these means which one of these, okay? So you can't give 3 for this one. You need to choose one and explain it, all right? So this is the exact inverse. Here you want at least 2, 3. Here you just want to choose one, all right? Be much more coherent, okay? All right, Happy Singh says, I believe that the most vital is painting because it provides not only new innovation for people, but also a great source to learn culture. Like from paintings of the past, we can know of old civilizations. Happy Singh, that's great. Okay, so there is no perfect answer. You believe that painting is the most valued by society. It's arguable. It's definitely arguable. Okay. Hadi Ipek says, I believe art made from real life is most beautiful. So art, all kinds of art like music, dance are valuable for society. Statistically, Cuba is one of the happiest countries in the world because of music and dance. Hadi, okay, same concept, right? You want to focus on just one here. It's which one of these. So which of these is the most valued by society? There is no perfect answer. You just choose one and explain it, but you only choose one. Okay. Kishan Kadka says, music is the most significant for society because it unites different cultures and age groups. Very good, Kisan. That's a nice, clear, accurate answer. Adam Tang says, definitely fine art because creative work is extremely valued by society. For example, famous artists such as Van Gogh are treasured by museums forever. Really nice answer, Adam Tang. That's exactly what we're looking for. Choose one, explain it, give an example. Sheng Hung says, well, I think that music is essential for society. Not only does everyone enjoy listening to music, but it makes massive profits globally. Okay, the end of that, Sheng Hung, is a little bit awkward. All right. Raman Deep says, well, I think dance is the most valuable because it's liked by all age groups. Dance is a good stress buster as well as it helps to keep people in physical health, in good physical health. Okay, good. Now you're getting the idea, students. Fantastic. So there is no right answer. You just choose one and explain it. So I believe that painting is the most important form of creative expression for society throughout the ages, as it depicts both the culture and technology of an era. For this reason, many paintings are worth millions of dollars, such as Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. All right. Da Vinci. There we go. Here we are. So, follow-up question. Let's go through both of these questions. We're at the beginning here, so give you a good idea of what these high-level Band 9 good quality speaking part 3 questions should have. So, what are some different ways that people express their creativity? As I just mentioned, music is one way to express creativity. Aside from that, there are also many other art forms like painting, dancing, or pottery. As well, people can show their creativity through their work like architecture and teaching. My friend Alice is an exceptionally creative math teacher, for instance. Which of these is most valued by society? I believe that painting is the most important form of creative expression for society throughout the ages, as it depicts both the culture and technology of an era. For this reason, many paintings are worth millions of dollars, such as Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Okay? All right. Again, it doesn't have to be the perfect answer. It just has to be a clear, high-quality response using English. Okay? Next question. Here we go. How can people improve their creativity? Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Pachu Yadav says, well, people can improve creativity by practicing the same skill again and again, and also by developing their imagination and enhancing their passion for the work. Pachu, not bad, just some word replacement and enhancement. Remember, Pachu, don't use the word thing, so the same skill, okay, the same ability. All right? Always a better word than thing, students. Always a better word than thing. All right. Rihan Mahmoud says, I would probably say sport, This platform is one that requires both talent and practice. It's recognized worldwide, and it's also related to people's emotions. Just yesterday, I saw a Daily Star. All right, Rihan, that's not bad for the previous question, I'm guessing. Okay, for this question, Chaitra YC says, I suppose people can improve their creativity by visiting art galleries and watching videos on creativity in YouTube, and can attend some art classes. This was definitely help them to be more imaginative and innovative. Chaitra, very good. Nice visualization. Okay, so you're seeing people watch YouTube. You're seeing them go to an art gallery, to an art class. Very good. Ferdov says, well, certain people can enhance their creativity through hard work and others through talent. Nowadays, certain individuals improve creativity through advanced technology, like musician. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ferdovs. I think you need to clean that up a little bit, especially the end of it. Varvara Alexei says, there are several methods that individuals can employ to enhance creativity. Technology is likely to help them improve. For example, painters can watch videos on YouTube to enhance their skills. All right. So again, students, I'm doing some real-time correction to your writing and your statements. Make sure to say them, not just write them. And also write down the time in the video when I'm correcting what you write so that you can go back and practice. Okay. Asila Azizova says, actually, I think mankind can improve their creativity from learning of other cultures and history, and this is the best way. Okay, Asila, careful with your word choice and don't repeat concepts like improve creativity, improve creativity. Okay. Shanghung says, well, I think to input tons of knowledge is crucial to gain creative ability, which can assist people in brainstorming and thinking outside the box. Okay. All right. Again, visualize, students. I love that one student who said, well, there are several ways that people can enhance their imagination and thinking outside of the box. Firstly, people can take classes in painting and dance to learn techniques from professionals. Also, there are many videos available online, like YouTube, which teach artistic skills. And creativity. Just the other day, I learned to make Play-Doh from flour from an online video. All right, so here we go with the answer. Repeat after me. How can people improve their creativity? Well, there are several ways that people can enhance their imagination and their thinking outside of the box. Firstly, people can take classes in painting and dance to learn techniques from professionals. Also, there are many videos available online, like YouTube, which teach artistic skills and creativity. Just the other day, I learned to make Play-Doh from flour in an online video. Play-Doh is just kind of I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with it, but kids play with it. It's a putty, okay? I guess Play-Doh is the name of a brand, so the technical name is putty. Okay, putty from flour. All right. So again, the key is to answer, explain, example, use visualization to help you. All right. We can improve ourselves usually by learning from others and also by working hard and practicing. So within ourselves and from the greater society. Keep that in mind, all right? Because these kinds of general concepts can be applied to many questions in part 3. So thinking not only in English, but thinking quickly in English is the key to getting those high band scores. Okay? All right. Now, the follow-up question. Has technology helped in any way to improve creativity? If yes, in what way? Okay, so has technology helped in any way to improve creativity? Use your answer to give a high band response. I mentioned using YouTube to learn skills and improve creativity, so I definitely would want to reflect that in this question, okay, or for this question in my answer. Here we go. I see that many of you already have some answers. Hikmatillo, if it's a known slang, yes, you can use slang in your responses. It's part of natural language. Just make sure that it's a known slang. It's not something unique that your examiner is unfamiliar with. Ferdov says, yes, it has. In the last 2 decades, many youngsters learn creative ideas through YouTube, as I just mentioned. Mobile phones are very convenient for people who want to enhance their creativity. Ferdov's good. Okay, good answer. Hassan says, undoubtedly, technology and creativity go hand in hand, not only to enhance humans to be more creative and innovative, but also shorten the time it takes for them to be productive and achieve these goals. Hassan, good. Notice the present perfect here. Has technology helped? Okay. Helped can be paraphrased with assisted. Okay, is a very good way. All right, Roshni says, yes, absolutely. Modern technology has helped tremendously to improve creativity. So even common people can become experts through learning online, as many individuals copy and mimic singers and lyrics that they see in YouTube videos. Okay, sure. Roshni, that's a good answer. Let's take someone new. Heba Ahmed says, of course, as individuals can learn and enhance their talent, as I mentioned before, through lots of apps and YouTube, technology has helped tremendously. Okay, so Heba, use the present perfect in the question. Okay. So absolutely. Technology both hardware and software have assisted millions of people in improving their creative side through video lessons, as I had just mentioned, and also tools like certain applications such as Photoshop for graphics, or even games like Guitar Hero to become better musicians. All right. There we go. Repeat after me. Absolutely. Technology, both hardware and software, have assisted millions of people in improving their creative side through video lessons, as I had just mentioned, and also tools like certain applications such as Photoshop for graphics, or even games like Guitar Hero to become better musicians. All right. That's your full sentence answer using the question. If the question's present perfect, make sure that you show present perfect in your response. Have assisted, okay? Use that quantitative language, millions of people. Use specific information like Photoshop. Explain for what? For graphics or games like Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero, what is that? To play music for better musicians. Okay? So give details, visualize, reflect the grammar of questions. It's all important to get those high band scores. Marina, good to see you in class. Long time no see. I hope you've been keeping well. Here we go. Next question. Many people think that creativity requires imagination. Do you agree with this idea? Why or why not? So give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. So many people think that creativity requires imagination. Do you agree with this idea? Why or why not? Varvara says, I partly agree with this statement, as there are certain types of abilities that requires practice rather than imagination. For example, in sports, a person just needs to practice in order to perform better. Okay, Varvara, it's not bad. I like your answer. That'll work. All right. Ferdov says, yes, I agree with people who think that creativity needs imagination, as individuals who have good imagination can become better than others. Like my sister has extremely high level of imagination, and she is, okay, Ferdovs, you're definitely on the right track. I know you ran out of characters, but absolutely on the right track. Asila Azizova says, from one side, it is right that creativity requires imagination, but on the other hand, not all people agree with this idea. As for me, I do think that creativity requires imagination. Why, Asila? Answer the why question. Always answer the why question, students. Okay. Hassan says, I agree because the power of imagination and creativity collide. Most achievers in the world have really strong visualization techniques which enable them to be exceptionally creative, such as those engineers and architects who built the Burj Khalifa. Right, Hassan? Very good. Okay, very nice language use. Hassan, good use of the verb collide in that sentence. Adam Tang says, I totally agree. Creativity starts in the mind. For example, Da Vinci's inventions came from his imagination with a little help from nature, such as the helicopter. Really nice, Adam, and I love how you took Da Vinci and made that connection. In fact, Adam, that is so good. I'm going to borrow that answer from you as a Band 9 possible response. So I 100% agree with the notion that true creativity demands great imagination. As Innovation begins in the mind. Da Vinci's thoughtful inventions were first born in his psyche with a little help from nature, like the helicopter and airplane. All right. Very nice. So, repeat after me. Many people think that creativity requires imagination. Do you agree with this idea? Why or why not? I 100% agree with the notion that true creativity demands great imagination, as innovation begins in the mind. Da Vinci's thoughtful inventions were first born in his psyche with a little help from nature, like the helicopter and the airplane. Fantastic. Okay. So going against the grain is sometimes difficult. I mean, the easy answer here is yes, creativity demands imagination. If you want to contradict this kind of a statement, it's possible, but you might be challenging yourself unnecessarily. In the real world, if I sit down with you in a coffee shop and we discuss this question, sure, tell me the truth, tell me your real feelings, your real thoughts. I will appreciate that. However, for the exam, your goal is to get those band scores in the 7, 8, 9 range. And to do that, it might be just easier to agree with this kind of a statement that's quite intuitive. Okay? All right. Let's keep going. Everybody's doing such a fantastic job. The examiner will now say, let's talk about arts and crafts. So still in line with creativity, imagination, let's talk about arts and crafts. You're excited, you're feeling confident, you're visualizing. Okay, here we go. Many people like to make certain objects by their own two hands. Why is this? So many people like to make certain objects by their own two hands. Why is this? Okay. If you're having difficulty coming up with a question right away, you can always start by saying, that's a good question. Allow me a moment to think. If you're thinking about ideas and not words, it's okay. All right? The examiner will know that. So if the examiner sees that you're taking a second to think about an idea, not think about a word, you don't lose marks for that. Okay? It's definitely good advice that you should think before you speak. Varvara says there are certain types of people who adore handmade objects as they are more special. Okay, Asila says, I think it's because it not only depends on their mood, that's why they want to create various new inventions by their own two hands. Okay, I'm not sure if that's clear. So why do people like to make some objects with their own two hands? So Ferdab says, many individuals not only love to make some objects by themselves, but also like to buy handmade products as it is in their genes, because our ancestors made all needed objects by hand. Okay, I think some students are overthinking it. Keep it simpler, all right? Happy Singh says, it is true that many people are good at handcrafts because they want to express their feelings directly. Yeah, okay, good. So objects express the imagination and the feelings of the person creating them, right? Remember, students, it's all one topic. So even though we're talking about arts and crafts, it's still related to part 2, which is creativity, okay? Marina Mint says because it's relaxing and people feel artistic, so they make certain objects by hand. Like what? Okay. Give me an example. So students, remember the golden rule for high band answers. Answer plus explain plus example. That should be in your head all the time, all right? And remember, this is still related to part 2, which is creativity. Okay? So, many people like to create with their own hands, not only as an expression of their imagination and mood, but also for enjoyment and relaxation. This is the reason I make clay pots once every month. Okay? So remember, we're still on imagination, creativity. So repeat after me. Many people like to create with their own hands, not only as an expression of their imagination and mood, but also for enjoyment and relaxation. This is the reason I make clay pots once every month. So making pottery or paint a picture or go dancing, which I actually do several times each month. Okay, so don't overthink it. Sometimes I think students are thinking too hard and they miss the easy question. Okay, and if you're having trouble, so if you're having difficulty identifying the easy answer, then take a deep breath and ask for some time. So use an expression like this. That's a good question. Allow me a moment to think. And then really be calm and think. Why do people like making objects with their hands? Well, they have fun doing it. They relax when they do it. It shows the way that they see the world, their emotions, and maybe they can even make money by selling it. Okay, so visualize it. All right. Next question. Have the ways in which people make certain items at home changed compared with the generation before? So give me a nice answer for this one. Have the ways in which people make certain items at home changed compared with a generation before? Happy Singh says, yes, it has changed owing to advancements in technology. Like in ancient times, people made clothes by hand stitching, but nowadays, people use sewing machines. Happy Singh, it's called a sewing machine. Sewing machine. Even at home, people use sewing machines. That's a sewing machine. Okay, sewing machine. Sewing machine. All right, to the previous question, Yvonne says, because the masters include part of their souls into the objects, they become much more reliable than those made in a factory, such as a wooden chair. Okay, good, Yvonne. Just watch the order of words. I did some correction there. All right, reflect the grammar. It's present perfect. Notice how it's plural. Ways. Okay, so again, you'd probably want to mention at least a couple ways that this has changed compared to a generation before. Ferdov says, yes, it has transformed. Like 3 decades before, individuals used their hands to make objects, but nowadays most people use advanced technologies to create certain products like robots. All right. Are we making the products, or are we making the robots, or are the robots making the products? Think about that for Dobbs, how you express that idea. All right. Let's see. So here's my answer while some of you write yours. Okay, it's at home, certain items at home. There have been a lot of changes in the way people make certain objects in their home because of advancements in technology. In the past, people used more mechanical use their hands more, but nowadays machines often assist in the work, such as cooking with a microwave or making a chair with power tools. Okay, so again, it's plurals. You have to say at least a couple. Okay, there have been a lot of changes in the way people make certain objects in their home because of advancements in technology. And then I visualize it. So I visualize myself cooking. Surely these days I have a lot more technology available to cut, cook, cool food as well. If I'm thinking about fixing or building a table or a chair, definitely I have a lot more tools at my disposal. I have power tools like a drill or a saw. Okay, so power tools instead of handheld tools. So technology is always a good idea when thinking for responses that ask about changes over time. And again, pay attention to the plurals. Ways, okay? The ways that it has changed. Okay, and the follow-up question, will it change in the future? So will it change in the future? This means, will the way people make objects at home change in the future compared to today? Okay, while you think about that answer, I'll read some more of your responses to the previous. Bishal Karki says, yes, there has been a drastic change in homemade items in recent years with the changes in technology. For instance, my grandpa made muffler through his hands, but my mother makes it with some modern equipment. Very nice. Hilola Yusupova says, well, honestly, I don't know what the future holds for people, but probably I can predict that it will change the way to create new items as technology is always advancing. Hilola, very good. I just corrected a little bit of your grammar and word choice there. Okay. Nice expression, Hilola. I like that. So, well, I'm not sure what the future holds. Or another way that you can say it, another really nice expression is, well, I'm not sure what the future has in store for people. Okay, it's another nice natural idiomatic language to use in this context. So we'll say, we're not sure what the future holds, or we're not sure what the future has in store. Both of these are great idiomatic expressions to help your score go a little bit higher. Okay. All right. Mariza Mohammadi says, compared to the past, Modern technology makes life easier day by day, so I presume that making certain arts and crafts at home will be enhanced by technology. Marzia, finish your sentence. Make sure to respond to the right answer here, okay? Here we go. So, well, I'm not sure what the future has in store for people, but I can infer that with the advancements in technology, there will also be changes in the way people do arts and crafts at home. One thought that comes to mind are 3D printers, whereby many people in the future will simply input their imagination into a computer and it will be printed as an object. All right. There we go. So, repeat after me. Well, I'm not sure what the future has in store for people, but I can infer that with the advancements in technology, there will also be changes in the way people do arts and crafts at home. One thought that comes to mind are 3D printers, whereby many people in the future will simply input their imagination into a computer and it will be printed as an object. All right, students. Here's one more question for you to think about and practice for homework. What are the advantages and disadvantages of handmade items as opposed to machine-made items? I'll leave that question to you. If you'd like, you can send it as an MP3 voice audio recording to Adrian at aehelp.com, and I will gladly give you a band score estimate for your speaking based on that answer, as best as I can, of course. And to see lots more videos in HD high quality, as well as original practice exams and an interactive course to teach you strategies for those truly high bands, save yourself lots of money, stress, and time not to sit the IELTS again and again, go visit our websites, aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for the general version. This is what the general website looks like here. You can click that big red button to join the premium package. And this is what the academic looks like. You can click that red button to join the premium package there. Students, I will see you next week on Wednesday, the 18th, for speaking part 1. You're very welcome, Firdaus, Pachu, Hassan, Hikmatillo, Preeti. See you on Wednesday. I hope everybody enjoyed this class. Keep practicing. Keep working. Remember, you're housing supercomputers in those beautiful skulls and brains that you have. Believe in yourself. It's very important. Be confident. Much love from Budapest. Bye for now.